All right, just want to start out with saying that this took a lot of time, and I really appreciate anybody who supports what I do here with cameras and whatever else I might share on my YouTube channel. I set out to recreate this image that I saw in the new movie Lightyear. I decided I wanted to take a practical approach and see how I could recreate it with a toy and props. I wanted to do as much as I could in camera, and I definitely encountered some things along the way that were very difficult, and I learned some things along the way as well. So hopefully I can apply those things to future endeavors. So two things came out of this project. An image or a couple images that have different edits just for styles and such. And then I wanted to add a little dolly push in with some fog effect going by to make it look like it was a scene from a movie. I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the things that I purchased to make this happen, and some of the behind the scenes shots I'm going to add in there to kind of show you the process along the way. Feel free to ask any questions, but I sort of just winged all this stuff together and made it up as I went along. I'd love to hear suggestions. I'd love to hear any ideas that you might have, or thoughts on something that I could do in the future that might end up cool. So thank you, and hope you enjoy the video process. All right, so this is our initial testing setup. We went to Michael's and got this fancy bush stuff from Ashland. Some moss stuff as well. I'm gonna attempt this shot using my tripod as sort of the trees in the background, just setting up the plane. We're just gonna see how realistic this plan might be to actually make look good. So this is a little test. Okay, so there's been a little change of plans. So we decided that this scale was going to be, it was doable and the picture was looking good, but in order to have the trees kind of scale and fit the scene, I think they would just have to be kind of too big for what I really wanted to build. So we got this smaller version of the XL15. Comes with this little dude, and this is why I initially didn't really want to use this scale, because this guide just doesn't really work. But this particular shot doesn't need the guy in it. So this is the ship we're gonna start working on, and wish us luck. Alright, here's the next phase of this project. We went out into the yard and we actually just got some sticks. We were looking at Michael's, and you could buy something similar to these in a bundle of 3 or 4 for about 20 bucks. We just went into the yard, and they're hanging over our vehicles in the driveway, so they needed to be trimmed down anyway. So I think these look pretty good, and I'll just put up the pictures so you can kind of see what these are looking like versus the image that we're going for. And I think they're pretty close for, you know, scale, kind of considering those are going to be in the background. But so this is what we're going to be working with. We got these foam blocks that we're going to hopefully stick these inside of, and hopefully they stand up. We raised the this foam board to kind of be on the same level of these foam blocks. So ideally we're going to put the sticks in the foam blocks here, and they're going to be sort of part of the background. We're going to use the moss in the foreground. We bought a bag of dirt and some spray paint to cover these blocks to kind of make them look a little more realistic. So, okay, so this is the type of paint that we got. It's a multicolored textured paint. So ideally it's gonna make it not look so fake. We're gonna spray it on this little foam brick just to try it out. We'll see kind of what it ends up looking like. We got a lot of wind here today, so like the color. I dripped a little bit there. The wind is making it a little bit hard to kind of keep an even coat, but that's kind of the color that we're looking at right now. I think it looks pretty realistic. So we decided to go with this smaller scale XL15, and you can see here I've black washed it a little bit, and you know, it's gonna kind of play into the scene. It's sort of a darker scene. It crash landed on this planet, and I think that's gonna be all right. We have inserted one of these sticks into this green foam brick thing. That seems to be working out pretty well. We have kind of a larger one that we've spray painted that's drying right now. We're going to fill this area with dirt, and we'll do that now. So we got this other rock from the garden, and this is what we're going to kind of put the plane on. We've added some more dirt. We've raised up the level a little bit so that we can take the photo lower to give it that scale. And then I'm going to punch in with my zoom here. So I'm going to try to take the shot at 90 millimeters. So it's going to look closer to this than the standard camera, but you can kind of see where we're looking at. You can see that tree in the background. Moving along. Now we're just putting in some of these sticks. Here's one of the last ones, but they seem to be going in pretty well and staying up, so that's a good sign. Here's the last one. Let's see where we can put this boy. You know, actually, I think we might just clean this one up because there's no more foam. Actually, we'll get another foam block. Okay, here's a little more testing. I'm gonna turn on the Smoke Genie now and see what we're working with. Obviously, we're going to clean things up a bit. So while she's doing that, I'm going to take a photo. I'll show you guys what the photo looks like. The trees definitely need to be a lot closer.
A lot closer?
Yeah.
Or you could move this back.
That's what we're going to have to do.
But look how cool, like the fog like sticks in the moss
Tell
or
me
the
about
dirt.
Okay, so here's where we are. Go ahead and put some fog in there. Let's kind of show you what we're working with here. Some more fog?
Mm-hmm. Do you want that piece?
So after several unsuccessful attempts to work with my Arsenal 2 device, which helps or is supposed to help you with focus stacking objects, this is the image that I came up with. What I found is that by using the fog, it changed the scene. So Helicon, the program that I use to stack my focus stacks, it just couldn't read the fog at all, and it just created some super messy images. But this is the one that I made that's completely focus stacked from front to back. I like the way that looks. This next shot here is actually just one shot at f/22 with the fog. I think the fog just makes the scene a whole lot better, even though I really appreciate being able to have focus throughout the shot. The fog is the clear winner here, in my opinion. Okay, so now we're going to be setting up the video after I've taken some of the photos. What I plan on doing is using the Smoke Genie to kind of fill this area. I have the Syrp Genie. We're going to just motorize this slide from back to front. We're going to push in. We're going to get a little bit of that movement from the fog kind of swirling around in here. And you know, the cool dynamic push moving through the scene, and hopefully we can get some good focus tracking with the A7S III. I'm gonna try to keep it focused on the plane as it pushes through the scene.
Buzz Lightyear mission log. After a full year of being marooned on this planet, our first test flight is a go. Let's get everyone home.
Ever. And I call no, that I would fall. I call this one, this one, this one, this one. What do you call this? Doesn't matter. What do you call? Doesn't matter. Okay. So what does it matter? Oh gosh. You're never gonna learn. I don't know what you mean. But I call this tree. Why? That's not good. What are you doing?
I'm telling.
Okay.
Why not?
It's fine. And then I call, how about this one? And one do you call? Well, I don't really want to, but let's see. I call this one. That one? Yeah, well, yeah, what's the matter, anything? No, I just wondering why.